Hello from Sapa. This is my day 2 and मैं नॉर्थ वियतनाम आ चुकी हूँ. मैंने आज सुबह बस ली हनोई से. अराउंड 6:15 की बस थी and I reached my hostel at 1:30 and it took a lot of pit stops for washroom and खाने पीने के लिए. So इतना टाइम लग गया, वरना 1 घंटा और जल्दी पहुँच जाते. And मेरे पीछे धुंधला सब कुछ इसलिए है क्योंकि यहाँ पे बारिश हुई. आई वॉज वेलकम विद रेन. बारिश रुकी नहीं रही थी. 1:30 जब मैं पहुंची उसके बाद भी बारिश रुकी नहीं रही थी. अभी 4:30 हो गए हैं. सो आई हैव लाइक वॉन्ट दिस रेन कोट एंड आई एम लाइक आई विल गो आउट एंड ईट नाउ, क्योंकि बहुत हो गया, मैं और वेट नहीं कर रही हूँ. So I'm at downtown and locals call it downtown, but you can write on Google Sun Plaza, this beautiful building behind me, and you can come here. यहाँ पे 2 streets हैं which you can explore. एक इस side है, एक उस side है, and जितना मेरे को समझ में आया both offer you food and drinks only. And there are a lot of trekking shops also. Okay, so a little history. So Sapa जो है वो फ्रेंच लोगों ने establish किया था back in 1922 as a hill station, and ये tourists के among known है for its trekking and cool climate. I'm also wearing an inner, so it is like 16-17 degrees यहाँ पे. And when I was roaming around the downtown, I was able to feel कि यहाँ पे Western culture ज़्यादा है, because in Hanoi it was like local food, local stalls, local people, like everything was very authentic. But यहाँ पे everything is westernized. यहाँ पे सारे restaurants है, मेरे को कुछ लोकल नहीं देखा. जो रेस्टोरेंट थे उसमें भी आपको थोड़ा वेस्टर्न खाना ही मिलेगा. बहुत ही कम आपको वियतनाम खाना मिल रहा है. बट आई फाइनली फाउंड अ प्लेस एंड आई एम ट्राइंग फो for the first time. And pho is basically soup, noodles, vegetables, and if you want to add chicken or other meat, so you can do that. So I'm going to try it. The church is one of the oldest buildings here क्योंकि फ्रेंच लोगों ने बनवाई थी 1920s में. This is how mountains of Vietnam look like. कुछ दिख ही नहीं रहा यार. So I went inside the church and attended the mass. 10 minute बैठ के I came out. Everything was in Vietnamese. It was quite nice experience actually. And ये back side है अभी church की. So I'm at the night market and it's quite small. या फिर पूरी नहीं खुली है क्योंकि बारिश हो रही है. And you'll find a lot of homemade stuff and थोड़े dry fruits वगैरह है, आम पापड़ टाइप है. And then the other side is all about food market. तो वहाँ पे बहुत टाइप का खाना मिल रहा है. And यहाँ पे थोड़ा एक साइड पे गेम्स भी है खेलने के लिए. Having barnard day, इंग्लिश में बोलूँ तो सापा चेस्टनट केक है ये. एंड ऑफ कोर्स सापा बोला तो सापा से ही ओरिजिनेट हुआ है. एंड वियतनामीज का वन ऑफ द मोस्ट पॉपुलर स्नैक है ये. इसके अंदर चेस्टनट का फिलिंग है एंड देन दे डीप फ्राई इट. This is the food market behind me and people are enjoying on the other side. And I kind of like this night market क्योंकि थोड़ा authentic feel आ रहा है, unlike the other side, the downtown. Definitely try visiting this place as well. Sapa में ही आके grocery stores आई हूँ and nobody accepts cards. Even if they do, they'll charge you 3% extra. Okay. मैं 3-4 स्टोर गई हूँ सुबह से क्योंकि यहाँ पे पानी की दिक्कत है. हॉस्टल में भी they are charging money. So it is not complimentary. यहाँ पे this is the first store जहाँ पे prices up front लिखे हुए हैं. Otherwise मेरे को literally counter पे जाके हर product का पूछना पड़ रहा है how much is this for. So you cannot take your decision at this place. You have to take the decision at the counter whether you want to buy or not. So the store is right next to the night market. Whenever you're leaving, you can stock up your groceries like noodles, chocolates, something to drink, like that. You'll get very good prices actually. चलते चलते जैसे वो मार्ट दिखा था वैसे ये लेक भी दिख गई है, which is quite nice. अगर अभी बारिश ना हो रही होती तो good area to sit and chill for a while or maybe have a beer. I checked it on Google. It's called Ho Sapa and quite good pictures of daytime, so you can choose whether to visit in daytime or nighttime. Good morning from another beautiful day. So आज भी पूरा mystery है, but then I am in Sapa, तो trekking जाना तो बनता ही है. So I have booked a tour for myself, and I'm just going for that, wearing my shoes. Tour guide is waiting outside. She's picking me up. So the tour is about, we will be going through villages and we will be visiting her, the tour guide's home also. So I think it's going to be fun. I will get to know कि यहाँ पे life लोगों की कैसी होती है and all that. So I'm quite excited. She had 2 packages. One was mountain जहाँ पे उनका खुद का घर था, and one was valley tour. I think she said valley tour would be better in this weather, but then I want the experience. क्योंकि कुछ दिखने तो वाला नहीं है, तो एक्सपीरियंस के लिए ही कर रही हूँ. Apart from these villages tour, you can go to the highest point of Vietnam, which is Phan Xipin mountain. So you can do that. There are treks of 2 days 1 night kind of. You really have to research before coming कि यहाँ पे कितना टाइम लेके आना है, या फिर you can do this 1 day tour, क्योंकि टूर एकदम सुबह से शुरू होते हैं. So I reached yesterday in the afternoon. रात की बस भी लेके आ सकते हैं हनोई से, but then it is just 6 hours. So अब सुबह सुबह आके check in भी नहीं मिलेगा तो क्या करोगे? So it's like you have to plan out things better. So yeah, I'll just leave because she's waiting outside. Hi, she's my tour guide. Good morning. I'm the only one on this tour and the plan has changed कि हम लोग वैली जाएंगे, क्योंकि सनी के टाइम में माउंटेन वाले व्यूज दिखते हैं. सो माउंटेन वाले रास्ते पे जाने का कोई फायदा नहीं है. So we are going to the valley first, and then we'll take another route जहाँ पे we'll visit Vang's village. So my tour guide's name is Vang. I'm in the downtown area again, and this behind me is the amphitheater. Quite big, and वहाँ stage पे they perform every weekend dance या music, like cultural events happen. Do you remember that beautiful building जो Sun Plaza Sapa station कल हमने देखी थी? That building is actually for cable cars. So cable car जाती है Fancy Pan, जो कि highest point है वियतनाम में. So you have 2 options, either to trek. If you're lazy, you can take the cable car, and you can do the other way also. You trek up and then take the cable car back, or other way around.
Yes, hello.
Okay.
We captain we draw in the sand.
तो यहाँ वैंग बता रही है कि ये मैरुआना प्लांट है. स्मोकिंग अप यहाँ इलीगल है, इसलिए लोग इसकी स्टेम लेकर उसे ड्राई करते हैं, फिर उसका स्किन पील करते हैं, उसके बाद इसे वीव करते हैं, उसमें थोड़ा इंडिगो मिलाते हैं और अपनी ट्रेडिशनल ड्रेसेस और दूसरे कपड़े बनाते हैं.
Later we go to my house. I will show you my weaving. I will show you my clothes.
Okay.
I get to you red title photo.
Okay. Cool. So April, May and June it rains a lot here in the north in Sapa, and in July and August it is little rain. It is all very steep because हम लोग shortcut ले रहे हैं village में जाने का. So yeah, it is like this, not this, this. We have been chit-chatting a little. I asked a few questions, so she told me that there are no animals here, only the ones they keep as pets like buffalo, cows, etc. So no other animals you'll find. And she told me that there are 4 cultures here in Sapa, and all are really different from each other and have their own local traditional dresses and local languages also. So whenever they want to communicate with each other, the cultures, they talk in Vietnamese, so everybody has their own language. That's the lake we were at last night. These are all corn plants, sweet corn or bhutta we have. Corn is quite famous here, and by the way, view is clear. तो थोड़ी बिल्डिंग्स दिखनी शुरू हुई है, एंड धूप कभी आ रही है कभी जा रही है, एंड कभी बहुत ही ज़्यादा मिस्टी हो रहा है जब मैं पीछे मुड़ के देख रही हूँ, एंड कभी इट्स ऑल क्लियर. सो द वेदर इज कंफ्यूजिंग. कल बहुत बारिश हुई है, पूरा दिन पूरी रात, तो बहुत कीचड़ मिल रहा है. सो इट इज गेटिंग स्लिपरी. मैं थोड़ा तो गिर गई हूँ, लाइक आई स्लिप्ड. अदरवाइज इट इज सो ग्रीन एंड आई एम जस्ट लविंग इट. अभी तक हम ऊपर ही जा रहे हैं. इट इज ऑल अपहिल. आई डोंट नो कब डाउन हिल आएगा. तो अभी वी आर गोइंग टू द माउंटेन टॉप, इसलिए सारा अपहिल है. उसके बाद वी विल गो एंड विजिट द विलेजेस, तो इट विल बी डाउन हिल. So we have finally reached the mountain top. इतनी मेहनत के बाद कम से कम 2 घंटा 15 मिनट टाइप से को लगा है ऊपर आके. It is all misty, so I am a little disappointed with that. And other people also came with other tour guide. Now it's all downhill, तो मजा आ रहा है. That's a horse. So downhill is not that easy. It's slippery in between and then a lot of rocky. It is equally challenging. Look at the way, isn't it beautiful? It's a narrow thing and everything is misty. Since वो drip होता होगा यहाँ पे पूरा कीचड़ है. Drip as in पत्तों से. And the first village we passed, Sansai or Sensei village we passed before the mountain. And now we are going for lunch to Hanoi village. And it is so misty that I have lost Vang. I don't know if she went there or this side. We came from that side. I'm taking this path. We have finally reached the village जहाँ पे lunch करना है. And यहीं पे सब लोग lunch करते हैं. जो tour लेता है with different tour guides, वो सब यहीं पे आके lunch करते हैं. Because I found 1 or 2 groups here which I saw in between. So the food is included in the tour package, but the water is not included. Wong said that these guys drink tap water from anywhere. Tourists don't like drinking that. That is why it is charged, or they don't offer water easily like that.
Some fried rice with chicken and spring roll and watermelon.
So Wong told me that they have breakfast around 7:30 in the morning, and when they have to leave for work, they'll probably have it around 6:30, and they have their lunch at 11:30 or 12. आज मैं slow trek कर रही थी तो late हो गया. It's 2:15 right now, and they have dinner around 6:30, and then they sleep whenever they feel like. So everything is early here.
That's all lily flower plantation.
There is a small water stream there. By the way, we are off to Vang's village now, and look at the view behind me, all surrounded by greenery. रास्ता थोड़ा सा अजीब है, but ठीक है.
So these are the bamboos.
I'm in the bamboo forest and यहाँ पे इतना मजा आ रहा है. So many butterflies, all green, and थोड़ा bamboos गिरे हुए हैं तो ऊपर नीचे करके चलना पड़ रहा है. But so much green, मतलब मेरी एनर्जी हाई हो गई इतना green देख के. मजा आ गया. 1 day to plant. Yeah. Those are rice fields. 1 day to plant, and how many days to grow? Like months?
The week pick up?
Yes, September.
Then we'll
Okay.
pick up.
Okay, May to September is
Yes.
the time. Okay.
फिर हम वैंग के घर पहुंचे जहां उन्होंने मुझे हेम और यू कैन से मैरिजुआना स्टेम के बारे में जो बताया था उसका वीविंग प्रोसेस दिखाया.
What's this? What's inside?
This is from hand too.
And how? This is after drying the cloth,
After
drying
we
the
dry
stem.
and then we cooking, then we change in a white color.
So after this is done, they dye it in indigo so that it can form a color.
This from in the after and then make the weaving.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a hand. And this one is cotton. Try.
उसके बाद she made me try her traditional dress.
Vang dressed me in her traditional dress. One of it is made of cotton and one part is made of the hem. So it is made out of that. And this one is also done by her, one by one. Beading. I feel good in a traditional dress. मैंने I think बचपन में पहनी थी एक बारी बस traditional dress, and आज पहन रही हूँ. So there is this chain as an accessory. Then there is this skirt, and then there is this coat पूरा जो कि यहाँ से properly tie हुआ है. Like this and this ऐसे करके, and there is this belt जिससे पूरा एक साथ आया है ये. This is indigo plant, and how does this form this color?
और उन्होंने इंडिगो डाई बनाने का प्रोसेस भी समझाया.
Blue.
This is how you get a good color of indigo.
So she basically said that she take off that plant leaves and उसको 3 days 2 nights के लिए पानी में डाल देते हैं and then stone का जो ash होता है stone को रब करके जो ash निकलता है वो इसमें पानी में डालते हैं and then उसको ऐसे mix करते हैं जिससे indigo का color better होता है and then they let the indigo settle down एकदम नीचे hot day पे वो एक ही दिन में हो जाता है. Then ये पानी है उसको निकालते हैं किसी तरीके से and they form the powder of that indigo जो कि वो use करते हैं like they'll have 40-50 kgs of that powder.
Now I do like this, and tomorrow I can't die. I die in that clothes.
And about this, which culture is dress belongs
This
to?
one is black most people.
Black most people.
Yeah.
Okay.
From Sapa, we have big tribe black most people from this clothes.
Okay. Yes. So my trekking trip has come to an end, and Vang gave me a very good house tour of her weaving thing and of her indigo plants right there. She offered me green tea as well, so it was a lovely experience. Although koi views nahi dikhe hai, but Vang was so sweet to answer all my questions on camera and off camera. Thank you, Vang, so much for making my day.
No problem. Thank you. You can tell my family too.
Yes, okay. And she made me meet her family as well. Husband, she has 2 daughters and 1 son, so it was lovely meeting her family as well. And I really enjoyed it. So Wong's husband came to drop me off, as dropping off was also part of the package. And he stopped at 2 places to show me Lao Chai village. And for 1 8-bit minute, view जो था वो पूरा clear हो गया था, मेरे को सब कुछ दिख रहा था and it was so beautiful. And मेरी एक बहुत अच्छी picture भी आई है, तो आप मेरे को Instagram पे तो follow नहीं करते होगे तो यहीं पे देख लो. And Instagram पे भी follow कर लेना. So Wong gave me this lovely thing. She weaved her on her own, so she's multi-talented. She weaves, she takes group tours, and she also goes for work at rice fields. I will leave all her details in the description below so that you can also book your tour with her if you feel like, if you enjoyed the video. And yeah, अभी बहुत late हो गया, so I'll go and book my next destination की बस जो कि 10 बजे है, अभी 6:45 हो रहा है. So yeah, I will see you in the next video from the next place. And like, share and subscribe and comments में बता देना कैसी लगी वीडियो. Bye now.